Hello and welcome to our third installment of Kerbal space program. So let's continue where we left off. We left off with our three Kerbal, Bob, Val and Bill, stranded on the moon. So I tried to see if I could transfer enough fuel in the main tank, because I didn't put the fuel lines on all the three tanks, but no, that didn't work out. So let's start to build our rescue mission. So let's put a pod for 3 Kerbals with some parachutes, stack decoupler, probe, because we're gonna fly this empty so we can put our 3 Kerbals back in on the way back. Let's add enough fuel, put some landers, add a reaction wheel. Let's see if we have some something put in material bay. Nothing. Add some basic science things, because why not? Solar panels, batteries. And then let's build our transfer stage. We won't need that much delta V, I think 800 should be enough. Since we're just going to the moon, we're still eyeballing this. We'll make big calculations later when we go to other planets. So this is our main stage. It has big boosters, because why not? Big boosters looks cool. So I didn't check the staging yet, so I'll just do it now on the launch pad. Check all my staging, everything should be alright, and launch. Okay, at this point we realized that we have jet rockets. Shouldn't be the case, but oh well, it's too late now. Okay, let's ditch the solid boosters, and we just realized that our thrust to weight ratio is not big enough, so we're losing speed. It's not good, but luckily we're out of the atmosphere, so we're gonna pick up speed again. It's gonna be a very inefficient orbit and burn, but we just get through it and we should have enough fuel anyways. So we just ditched our first stage and now we're in transfer stage, circularizing our orbit and getting ready for the transfer. So we put ourselves in prograde, go to our point and start the transfer burn. At this stage again we are out of fuel, but that's okay, we should have enough fuel in our lander last stage. So we just ditch this stage and start our next stage. Here we go, nice encounter. Just adjust our orbit a little bit to be closer to the moon when we get there, and that should be good enough. So let's just warp to there. Okay, time to adjust our inclination. Just put our object in focus. Here we capture by the orbit of the moon and put a maneuver. Try to get us landed as close as we can. Well, it's not really going the way we want, but it's not a big issue. Just make some adjustments. Up, and then change our inclination. Have another little burn. It's only 300 delta V, that's okay. So let's do our burn, and we shouldn't be too far away. There we go, about 20 kilometers, it's perfect. Let's try to get as close as we can, and let's try to land. Of course, this rocket is really not stable, and it's just bouncing like a clock. And let's try to land this thing on our feet. And off we land, and we bounce off, and we fall on the side again. Okay, so let's change our view, and let's get Bob first. So Bob is trying to go to our rescue mission, but he's not really good at this. Falls a few times. But I think Bill will learn the lesson and get a bit better at it. So here we are, up, we get to our rescue rocket, and we can't really get into it. Somehow the parachutes are blocking the hatch, so we'll see later. Let's get Bill out of there. So Val will have to stay here for a while, but she says it's okay because Jeb is in charge. He'll do a good job at getting the other two back. So there goes Bill, and Bill is doing a really good job at flying with his EVA. So let's try to get in, and somehow I managed to sneak and squeeze in from the side, and off we go. Launching from this position is not ideal, so it took me a few tries and a few explosions, but thanks to quick save and quick load, we managed to somehow bounce off the surface and get into the air, and off we go. So we have a very high eccentric orbit, which is a good thing. We can go to the apoapse and burn a little bit of fuel to get caught by Kerbin's atmosphere, just enough to aerobrake us, and after a few orbits we'll be landing. So here we are, using the rest of our fuel to break us down a little bit and ditch our stage. So now it's just a waiting time. Every time we enter the atmosphere, we're gonna brake and see our apoapse get smaller and smaller until it's less than 70 kilometers, which means we'll be landing shortly. So this is about 3 turns around. They're all excited and waiting for the real re-entry. They look from inside the cabins. All they can see is a ball of fire. Yeah, that's pretty scary. And at last we are entering the atmosphere and we're getting ready for the landing. And we are now deploying our parachutes and slowly and gently landing. Touchdown! Let's see how much science we gathered. Oh, fair amount, that's nice. We'll be able to unlock a few new nodes. I think we're gonna go with the struts and with the docking port. This is very important for the next missions. And in our next mission we'll focus on Minmus and we'll try a Apollo style landing. Okay, so I hoped you enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you liked it, please leave a comment, tell me your thoughts, and subscribe as well, that'd be nice too. And see you probably next week for the next adventures of KSP.